Hello friends. Today you will learn how to play poker. The most popular type of poker is Texas Hold'em. Texas Hold'em is played with a standard 52-card deck. The game can be played with 2 to 10 players. Objective of the game. The objective of the game is simple. Make the best 5-card poker hand from the 2 cards you've been dealt and the 5 shared cards in the middle of the table, or act like you have the best 5-card hand. So let's take a look at the types of combinations. Setup. The worst you can have is a high card. When no 2 cards have the same rank, the 5 cards are not consecutive, and they are not all from the same suit. Aces are the highest card, 2s is the lowest. Pair means you have 2 cards of the same rank, plus 3 other unmatched cards. 2 pair is made up of 2 cards of one rank, plus 2 cards of another rank, different from the first pair, plus 1 unmatched card. The next combination is 3 of a kind means you have 3 cards of the same rank, plus 2 unmatched cards. Next up, a straight, 5 cards in a row of different suits. Now, an ace can be high or low, but no wraparounds are allowed. Queen, king, ace, 2, 3 is not a hand. A flush contains any 5 cards of the same suit. These skip around in rank or sequence but are from the same suit. A full house contains 3 matching cards of one rank and 2 matching cards of another rank. 4 of a kind means you have 4 cards of the same rank, but different suits of course, and a 5th card of any rank. A straight flush consists of 5 consecutive cards of the same suit. This is an extremely rare combination. The highest ranking hand is a royal flush. This hand includes a 10, jack, queen, king, and ace of the same suit, one kind. It can only be tied but not beaten by the royal flush of another suit. Please note, your chances of being dealt this hand are roughly 30,000 to 1. Let's look at some examples of combinations. In this case, this combination wins because the queen is higher than the jack. In this combination of 2 pairs, a pair of aces and a pair of 4s win. Although 4s are lower than a pair of kings and jacks, the highest cards are compared first. Let's move on. This combination is a winning one. Even though both hands are straights, the highest cards are compared. Gameplay. Let's start with 3 important positions at the table. The dealer is the player who deals the cards. Next comes the small blind and the big blind. They are called this because they have to place bets before the cards are dealt. The player in the big blind places the current minimum bet, and the player in the small blind places half of that amount. After that, the cards are dealt starting with the player in the small blind. In the next game, the roles of the players are passed to the next players clockwise. Players don't show their hands to anyone else until they reach the showdown. But we will lay our cards on the table from the very beginning for a better understanding of the game process. There are 4 betting rounds in a game of poker. In the first round, called the pre-flop round, the player acting next to the big blind position begins. This player has a decision to make based on the 2 cards they've been dealt. He can call, in other words, match the amount of the big blind, or he can raise. The minimum raise is double the big blind. And the player's last option is to fold their cards and wait for the next hand. The player decides to stay in the game. Having 2 cards of the same suit in his hand, he can count on a poker combination such as a flush or a pair of kings. The next 2 players decide to fold their cards, and this player can count on a flush or straight flash. Once every player has contributed the same amount of money, the chips are moved to the middle of the table, and the second round, the flop round, begins. 3 cards dealt face up in the middle of the table. These are often referred to as community cards because they are shared by all the players. Every player can use his 2 private cards and the 3 community cards to form a 5-card poker hand. The action starts with the first active player to the left of the dealer. And because there are no longer any forced bets, this player doesn't have to put chips into the pot, they can check for free. In our case, the player makes the minimum bet. The other remaining players responded to the bet. So, If we make it to the end of the second betting round with at least 2 players still in, another card is dealt face up in the middle of the table. This round is called the turn. Each player now has 6 cards to choose from when trying to make a good 5-card poker hand. As we can see, the first player bets check, the next player folds, and the next player bets. The player with the dealer chip doubles the bet because he has a flush and is confident in his combination. The other players decide to continue the game and call the bet. When all bets are placed, the chips are moved to the center of the table and the final round, called the river, begins. Now everyone has 7 cards available to them. Remember, the aim of the game is to make the best 5-card hand. This could be a combination of 2 whole cards and 3 community cards, 1 plus 4, or it could be the 5 cards in the middle of the table. This is known as playing the board. As you can see, the player doubles the bet, the next player folds, and the third player accepts the bet and calls. After one final betting round, once all the bets are matched, it's time for showdown. This is where you finally show your hand, and if it's better than everyone else's, you win all the chips in the pot. Use the promo code QUEEN20YT and get a 20% discount on any of our game. To order, go to the site. Link in the description to the video. Well guys, if you liked it, subscribe to the channel and leave comments. Bye everyone.